In a world full of challenges, these 10 Bible verses have the power to transform your life, giving you hope, strength, and peace. Whether you're facing difficulties or simply seeking guidance, these verses will offer you profound wisdom and comfort. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. In this passage, Jesus extends a personal invitation to all who are weary and burdened. Life can feel overwhelming, and this verse offers a refuge, a place to find rest for our souls. Jesus invites us to give our burdens to Him and take up His yoke, which is light and manageable because He helps us carry it. The key to finding this rest is learning from Jesus, who is gentle and humble. He doesn't demand perfection, He offers peace and rest to those who trust Him with their burdens. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here. This verse speaks to the transformative power of being in Christ. When we accept Christ into our lives, we are made new. Our past mistakes, failures, and sins no longer define us. We are given a fresh start and the power to live a new life with a new identity in Christ. This verse is a message of hope for anyone who feels weighed down by their past. It's a reminder that in Christ, we are a new creation, and we have the opportunity to live differently, with a clean slate. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid. In this verse, Jesus promises a kind of peace that the world cannot offer. This peace is not dependent on external circumstances. It is a deep, inner calm that comes from trusting in Him. When we experience anxiety or fear, we can remember this promise: Jesus has given us His peace, and we don't have to let fear or worry rule our hearts. This verse encourages us to live in the peace of Christ, even in a chaotic world, and to trust in His control over all things. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for His name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Psalm chapter 23 is one of the most beloved passages in the Bible. It presents God as a loving and caring shepherd, who provides for and protects His people. The imagery of green pastures and still waters speaks of peace, rest, and refreshment that God offers to those who follow Him. Even when we face trials symbolized by the darkest valley, or valley of the shadow of death, we have nothing to fear because God is with us. His rod representing protection and staff representing guidance comfort us. This psalm reassures us that God is always leading us, caring for us, and giving us peace. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. This verse is one of the most comforting promises in the Bible. It's a reminder that God is always with us, especially when we feel weak, afraid, or discouraged. We are not alone in our struggles. God promises to strengthen and support us. His presence is our source of courage. No matter how overwhelming our situation seems, God will uphold us and carry us through. This verse calls us to cast our fears aside and place our trust in the strength and protection of God, knowing He will never leave us to face life's challenges alone. But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. In this verse, Jesus teaches us about priorities. Many of us worry about material things, money, success, possessions, but Jesus says that if we focus on seeking God's kingdom and living According to His ways, everything else will fall into place. When we prioritize our spiritual life, God promises to provide for our physical needs. It's a call to trust that God will take care of us, and to focus on living in a way that reflects His love and righteousness. This verse challenges us to reevaluate what's most important in our lives, and to live with an eternal perspective. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. This verse offers comfort and assurance during life's toughest times. It reminds us that no matter how difficult our circumstances may be, God is at work, weaving everything together for our good. It doesn't mean that everything that happens to us is good. However, God can take even the most painful and challenging situations and use them to grow us, refine our character, and fulfill His greater purpose in our lives. This verse gives us hope that even in suffering, God has a plan, and ultimately, everything will work out for our benefit. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding in all your ways. Submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. This verse is about surrendering control and trusting in God's wisdom. It's easy to rely on our own understanding, especially when life doesn't make sense. However, the Bible teaches that human wisdom is limited, and our perspective is often narrow. Trusting God with all your heart means giving Him control over every aspect of your life, your decisions, your future, your worries. When you do that, God promises to direct your steps, guiding you down the right path, even when it's unclear at first. His way is always better, even when we can't see the full picture. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This verse is about empowerment through Christ. The Apostle Paul wrote these words while imprisoned, reminding us that even in the worst circumstances, we are not limited by our own abilities or situations. Through Christ, we are given strength that allows us to overcome obstacles, endure hardships, and achieve great things. Whether you're facing personal challenges, work struggles, or emotional battles, this verse offers assurance that you are never alone. Christ is your strength, and with Him, you can face anything. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. This verse is a powerful reminder that no matter what we are going through, God has a plan for our lives. It was originally spoken to the Israelites while they were in exile, a time when they felt hopeless and abandoned. However, God reassured them that He had a greater purpose for their suffering, one that would lead to prosperity, hope, and a bright future. For us today, this verse is a promise that, even in our darkest moments, God has not forgotten us. He is working behind the scenes, preparing something better than we could imagine. All we need is faith and patience to see His plans unfold. These verses are more than just words, they hold life-changing power. Let them guide you, encourage you, and give you strength. If you found these verses impactful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content.